On August 17, 2025, the cinematic world lost one of its most enigmatic and enduring stars, a man whose chiseled features and soulful presence left an indelible mark across 7 decades of film. Terence Stamp, the British actor whose piercing gaze and commanding voice brought to life iconic characters like General Zod in Superman and the unforgettable Bernadette in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, passed away at the age of 87. His death, announced quietly by his family to Reuters, occurred peacefully at his London home, the cause left undisclosed, a fittingly private exit for a man who balanced public acclaim with personal introspection. Born in the gritty streets of London's East End during the tumult of World War II, Terence rose from a childhood shaped by the Blitz to become a symbol of 1960s cool, an Oscar-nominated actor and a spiritual seeker whose life was as layered as the roles he played. A brother to 4 siblings, a former lover to icons like Julie Christie, and a mentor to generations of actors, his journey was one of resilience, reinvention, and raw talent. Today, we celebrate Terence Stamp's extraordinary legacy, his cause of death, age, family, net worth, lifestyle, and biography, a story of a man who carried the weight of his past into a career that redefined cinema. Terence Henry Stamp was born on July 22, 1938, in Stepney, London, a working-class neighborhood where the echoes of war shaped his earliest memories. His father, Thomas Stamp, a tugboat stoker in the Merchant Navy, was often absent, braving perilous seas, while his mother, Ethel Esther Perrott, a homemaker with a fierce spirit, raised Terence and his 4 siblings, Christopher, Richard, Colin, and Lynette, through the harrowing nights of the Blitz. Huddled in air raid shelters as bombs rained down, young Terence found solace in stories, his imagination sparked by his mother's tales and the magic of cinema. At age 3, he saw Gary Cooper in Beau Geste at a local theater, a moment he later described to the British Film Institute in 2013 as the spark that lit my fire. Money was scarce, and the family relied on ration books, but Ethel's love and determination kept them afloat. Terence worked from a young age delivering newspapers, sweeping floors at a local factory, learning the value of grit early. His childhood was tough but vibrant, filled with street games and the camaraderie of his siblings, particularly Christopher, who later became a music producer instrumental in launching The Who. At Plaistow County Grammar School, Terence discovered drama, his natural charisma shining in school productions. His mother, scraping together pennies, took him to see films, nurturing his dream of acting. A scholarship to the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art at 17 set him on a path to stardom. But those East End roots, gritty, resilient, and fiercely proud, remain the heartbeat of his life. Terence's ascent in the film world was nothing short of meteoric. In 1962, at just 24, he landed the title role in Billy Budd, Peter Ustinov's adaptation of Herman Melville's novella. His portrayal of the innocent sailor earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor and a Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer, thrusting him into the spotlight as a face of Britain's new wave cinema. His striking features, high cheekbones, intense blue eyes, made him a natural for the swinging 60s, a cultural moment he helped define. In 1965, he starred in The Collector opposite Samantha Eggar, a chilling performance that won him the Best Actor award at Cannes and cemented his reputation as a versatile talent. His role as Sergeant Troy in Far From the Madding Crowd in 1967, alongside Julie Christie, showcased his romantic allure, their on-screen chemistry mirroring their real-life romance. Films like Modesty Blaze and Ken Loach's Poor Cow followed, each highlighting his ability to shift from brooding intensity to playful charm. But by the late 1960s, the industry's demands and typecasting as a young Terence Stamp led to disillusionment. In a 2015 Guardian interview, he admitted, "I felt lost. like the world wanted a version of me I couldn't sustain. Rejecting the role of James Bond, he fled to Italy, working with Federico Fellini on Toby Dammit in 1968, a surreal project that reignited his passion. His time in India during the 1970s, studying yoga and meditation at an ashram, was a transformative chapter, as he wrote in his memoir Stamp album. This spiritual quest gave him the strength to return, and in 1978, he delivered one of cinema's most iconic performances as General Zod in Superman 2. His commanding cry of "Kneel before Zod" became a cultural phenomenon, as Variety noted, etching him into pop culture history. Terrence's career was a masterclass in longevity and reinvention, spanning art house gems to Hollywood blockbusters. After his Superman triumph, he took on diverse roles, from the villainous Stick in Young Guns in 1988 to the philosophical Hitman Wilson in The Limey in 1999, a performance critics hailed as a career highlight. His role as the transgender woman Bernadette in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert in 1994, was a revelation, earning him BAFTA and Golden Globe nominations for its blend of humor, heart, and humanity. He told The Independent in 2020, "Bernadette was a risk, but I saw her soul, and I wanted to honor it." He appeared in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace as Chancellor Valorum, lent his voice as Jor-El in Smallville, and played a haunting figure in Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho in 2021, his final major role. Over 80 films, from Wall Street to Valkyrie, showcased his range, while his stage work in London's West End, including a 1980s production of The Caretaker, reminded audiences of his theatrical roots. He narrated documentaries, voiced video games like The Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion, and wrote 3 memoirs, Stamp album, Rare Stamps, and double feature, blending wit and introspection. His mentorship of young actors, sharing stories at film festivals, and his refusal to chase fame over art made him a revered figure, as The Telegraph noted in 2025. His 7-decade career was a testament to his ability to evolve, always finding the truth in every role. Terrence's personal life was as dynamic as his screen presence, marked by passionate romances and a deep connection to his family. In 2002, he married Elizabeth O'Rourke, a pharmacy student 29 years his junior, in a quiet London ceremony. Their marriage, though ending in divorce in 2008, was filled with mutual respect, as Elizabeth shared in a 2010 Daily Mail interview, calling him a soulmate who taught me to see the world differently. Terrence had no children, a choice he described in Rare Stamps as deliberate, wanting to focus on his craft and family ties. His siblings, especially Christopher, were his anchors. Christopher's music career, producing The Who's early hits, was a source of pride, and Terrence often attended his brother's gigs in London. After their parents' deaths, he remained close with Richard, Colin, and Lynette, hosting family reunions at his London home. His 1960s romance with Julie Christie, sparked after seeing her on a Vogue cover, made them a golden couple of swinging London, inspiring the Kinks' Waterloo Sunset. His relationship with model Jean Shrimpton, a muse for photographer David Bailey, and rumored flings with Bridget Bardot added to his heartthrob mystique, as People magazine recounted. Yet Terrence was private, cherishing quiet moments with friends like actor Michael Caine, with whom he shared East End roots. His kindness shone through. Hugo Weaving, his Priscilla co-star, told Sky News in 2025 that Terrence once spent hours consoling a struggling extra on set, a gesture that defined his character. His family's statement after his passing emphasized his desire for privacy, a reflection of a man who lived for art, not applause. Terrence's lifestyle was a blend of sophistication and simplicity, rooted in his working-class origins and enriched by his global adventures. His net worth, estimated at $10 million in 2025 by the Economic Times, came from his prolific film career, voice work, book royalties, and residuals from iconic roles like Zod. He split his time between a minimalist flat in London's Notting Hill and a small apartment in New York's Greenwich Village, both adorned with vintage film posters, Native American art, and shelves of books on philosophy and Eastern mysticism. A fashion icon, known for tailored suits and his silver mane, he was a regular at Savile Row, yet he lived frugally, driving a second-hand Jaguar and cooking vegetarian dishes inspired by his time in India. Terrence was a lifelong yoga practitioner, crediting daily meditation for his vitality, as he told Bio magazine in 2025. He loved jazz, frequenting Ronnie Scott's in London, and collected rare vinyl records, often playing Miles Davis at home. An avid supporter of arts education, he funded scholarships for young actors in London and donated to environmental causes like Greenpeace. Health-wise, he remained spry into his 80s, though minor ailments slowed him, and his family's silence on his cause of death, as MSN speculated, suggests a private struggle, possibly heart-related or age-induced. His lifestyle was a balance of glamour and grounding, a man who carried his East End heart into every corner of the world. The final years of Terrence's life were a quiet reflection of his storied career. After his last role in Last Night in Soho in 2021, he stepped back from acting, focusing on writing and mentoring. He spent time in London, walking through Hyde Park and revisiting the theaters of his youth. His health, while generally robust, began to falter in 2025, though he kept details private, as a friend told Variety. On August 17, 2025, he passed away at his London home, surrounded by memories of a life well lived. The news sparked global tributes. The Guardian called him a cinematic chameleon, while fans on X shared clips of his Superman and Priscilla performances, one writing, "Terence Stamp was every emotion in one gaze." Guy Pearce, his Priscilla co-star, tweeted, "He showed us how to live bravely." Survived by his siblings and extended family, Terrence left no children but a legacy of over 80 films, 3 memoirs, and a spirit that transcended the screen. His $10 million net worth was a mere shadow of his impact, a man who embodied the 1960s, redefined villainy, and embraced humanity's complexities with grace. If Terence Stamp's story of resilience, artistry, and heart has touched you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep his light shining, a star for all time. Thank you for joining us in celebrating Terence Stamp's extraordinary life. Until next time, may his spirit inspire you.